Good midday, good midday, good midday. Excuse me, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's cold. It's going to get colder. Excuse me, and it seems like there's a possibility of another front coming through tonight, but might no, it won't be as bad as yesterday. Excuse me, won't be near as bad as yesterday. So again, we are grateful and thankful for all of you that are here with us as we do our little snapshot. And don't forget, uh, this is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, midweek worship is also tonight. So we welcome every one of you to be a part of this moment, this time of interaction and sharing. Carolyn, how are you? Are you staying warm? Stephanie, how you be? Praying that all is well. Everything is going well. Stay warm. Whatever you do, stay warm. Some pretty frigid weather coming, but it is northeastern Ohio, and it's late showing up. So let's not complain and get bent out of shape because guess what? We are functional. We are still alive, and every need in our life is being met. So, with that being said, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have no idea why Katrina Foster is calling me. She knows I'm on the snapshot right now. Okay. Um. Oh my gosh. Linda, bless your heart. So again, we will figure all of that stuff out later. And so again, yes, 6 months it'll be hot again. Cora, how are you? I didn't think that I was, but according to the doctor on yesterday, Timothy, bless your heart for being here. Um, he can go back to school, and the reason he can do it is because Barnett. Well, Cynthia, my God, good to see you. You know, I had to say something. If it would have been his tonsils, it would have been a different thing. But because it's not his tonsils, it was his adenoids. He's all set and ready to go. Okay. My friend from Hawaii, John, bless you. Jaleesa, good to see you. And good to have each and every one of you here with us on today. Minister Rhonda of the Ware, bless your heart. Thank you so much for being a part of this moment and sharing one with the other. Minister Marcia Sanya, hiya. I didn't put anything out there. People will just have to know because it popped up. Just got a lot going on, a lot trying to get done. And I will be on tomorrow because the little man will be in school. But I won't be on Friday. So I wanted to let you know that I'll do better about notifications on tomorrow. But today, that's just about the best I can do. Okay. And so we are grateful and thankful for you, one. And please share if you don't mind. Hit on that share button, and then we can go from there. I see. It must be nice to be able to just travel everywhere. Some of us can and some of us can't, but it's so good to know people who can. And so we're grateful and thankful to God for that. Okay. Well, I have a question for you, and I, I think the question has tremendous relevancy to it. I just think it does. I think when we think about Kim, how are you? We think about life. We think about Mary, bless your heart for being here. Thank you, Janice, for letting us know all is well. When we think about purpose, Minister Sarah, when we think about viability, that's the word. That's a good word. Um, okay, thank you for telling LMA. I appreciate that. Okay, Veronica, Thea. When we think about perpetuity, would God have rescued us from the portals of hell for us to fail? Ooh, this is would God have rescued? Hey, Cecile, praying that you made it well. Legend is doing just fine. He's back to himself, bouncing around, being who he is, and doing what he do. Just pray for his mother. He has one of these modern day mothers, and they don't have mother wit. They don't have um, the instincts that we that are older had when we were raising children. So pray, because the doctor has given some explicit instructions. And pray for my daughter, because if she don't do them, there's a war going on. Linda, Gladys, Tom. So it is what it is. And we're finding out more and more that my granddaughter is really not by herself. It's kind of like this generational thing. I had him with me up until around about 8 o'clock. It was an interesting situation, because he comes back with his pajama bottoms on and no top, no shirt. I haven't figured that out. LMA, sweetheart, how are you? Linda Brown, good to see you. Um, and Sister Rains, how are you? How are you? And so first person he goes to is me, and the other grandmother says all he did was scream, "Where's my grandpa?" Before the procedure took place, Rhonda Gilmer, I had to give him his medicine, wouldn't take it from anybody else. When the time came for him to have the sedative, because they had to give him a sedative before they were able to actually do anything else. Rosabelle, bless your heart. Andrea, good to see you. And the nurse practitioner, like, who are you? Doris, sweetheart, how are you? Okay. Um, and so um, they were like, who are you? I was like, I'm his, hey, Kathy. I said, I'm his great grandfather. And they all looked at me. I said, no, his mother is my granddaughter. And Minister Sarah, that is something that is nothing but truth. When I say he trusts me completely, so he fought the medication for about 20 minutes. He was doing all kind of old crazy stuff, and he got to singing. And Vernice, how are you? Just talking about where the doc. He was doing all kind of stuff, and it was time for them to wheel him back so that he could be prepared for his. He was to go to the left. I was to go to the right. They were wheeling him back through there. He starts climbing off the gurney, talking about, no, I'm going with you. Amir, bless your heart. Thank you for being here, Lavonda. So they had to grab him. He almost fell out of their arms because he was so unsteady. He went back, but they caught him because he's not a light little boy. He's got a little weight to him. They took him back, did what needed to be done. Procedure went well. Everything was fine. He's screaming for his. And I can go back because they said they couldn't have people trading back and forth, back and forth. Trina, bless your heart for being here. Those are the rules. I'm not going to fight or argue with anybody. I'm there. I've been there since. Let me tell you, miscommunication, and that's all I'm gonna say. I thought I thought his procedure was at 7. So guess who's there in the worst weather on the planet at 10 minutes to 6? Guess who's there? Hey, Debbie Toomer. I go to the desk. They say, "Oh, his procedure is not until 8:45." I said, "Okay." So I'm sitting down and I'm talking to this other lady. She got a little child. They're doing the sleep apnea thing. This little girl isn't 2 years old. Got all kinds hooked up on her. And so when he comes out after the procedure is over with, after he has come out of recovery, first person he goes to is me. So, and the other grandmother said, "Well, come on, let me put your clothes." He goes over there, puts the clothes on, does whatever need to be done. Boom, here he comes. And I kind of regretted something that I said. It kind of slipped out. Because, they was like, "Okay, we're getting ready to go." He says, "I'm going with Grandpa." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, hold on just a second." I said, "You got both grandmothers here and your mother." "No, I'm going with Grandpa." I said, listen, because I'm feeling what's going on. Not my daughter or anything like that, but I'm feeling like, and he made it unequivocally clear he is not going anywhere unless it's with me. Period. He's ready to walk as far away as I had to. I said, "No, stay here with them." I said, "Well, okay, if that's your decision, if that's what you want to do, I don't have a problem with it." And I said, he's just hey, Laverne, he is who he is. And he stayed with me until after 7 o'clock because I wanted to make sure Linda Brown, that he was good, that he was all right. He built stuff with blocks. He did all kind of stuff. He ate a little something. He talked me to death. I was like, and then I fell asleep. We were on the bed. He was watching his iPad. I'm trying to watch TV. I passed out a couple of times. Legend is 3 years old. He's 3. And I'm on the bed and I'm falling asleep. "Grandpa, hold the iPad." He wakes me back up, talks to me, does whatever need to be done. I knew he was good. Time to go home. "No, I'm not going home." I said, "Yes, sir. You have to." I said, "Let's go riding." This is what this little smart 3-year-old said. I want y'all to catch this if you don't catch anything else. He says, "Okay, Grandpa, I'm tired now. I'm ready to go to bed." And he goes to my bedroom and climbs up on my side of the bed. And I'm like, "No, we're getting ready to go." Finally, he said, "Okay, I'll go home." I said, "But I need you to be good. I need you to do. I need you to do. I need you to do." Okay, Minister Marcia. And so we did what we needed to do. Got in the car. He was a little agitated, and I knew he would be because the only time he had slept was under the anesthesia, and he usually takes a nap. He had no nap. I looked around, and you could still hear him rattling a little bit, and that's only because he had a cold. I'm going to leave that part alone. I look, and he's knocked out. I gave him his pain medication because then I knew it would be done right. Gave him his pain medication. A matter of fact, a lesser dosage than what they actually prescribed because he's so strong-willed that I could tell he was hurting, but he's not going to say anything. Yes, Amir, he's 3 years old. And we're going through all this. He's doing all this kind of stuff. Then he gets, mad because his iPad has to connect with my phone and it wasn't connecting and all that kind of stuff. I said, "Okay," throws the iPad down. I said, "Fine, it can stay down there." I said, "We have to understand each other." I knew he was sleepy. Get to his mama's house. When I say he was out, he was out. I carried him in. His mom said, "Nope, give him to me so I can take him and put him to bed." She about died because the little boy weighs about 42 pounds for a 3-year-old. His dad is big. And so we did all of that, and I've taken up all of my time, but I'm going to go over it just a little bit. I need us to understand something, and I think this is relevant, especially for those of us um, who are past the childbearing time. And these kids have different kind of parents. Because at first I used to be like, oh, it don't make no sense. But then I said, that's why God gave these kids grandparents and great grandparents, because he knew these parents didn't have the good sense God gave us. I'm going to leave the rest of it out. He knew these kids needed stability. He knew these kids need anchors. He knew these kids needed to know the difference between right and wrong. He knew what these kids needed. And so rather than getting bent out of shape, talking, I done raised my kids, I ain't doing that. No, because let me help you. If the righteous don't raise them, then the wicked will. Let me let that sink in for just a moment. If the righteous don't, and when I say raise them, I'm talking about help raise them, or if you got to take them, whatever you got to do. If the righteous don't raise them, the wicked will. Why do you think our kids are out here killing one another? Why do you think our kids have no conscience? Because we've allowed wickedness, okay, to raise children. And so we need to be a viable part of that. Y'all see that little boy sits next to me every Sunday. Little Michael was there, sat there. Even Zani sat there unattended by any adult sitting with me. We have to invest, as tired as we are. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. As tired as we are, as whooped as we are, as exhausted as we are, I believe God has given us a commission to help these mothers and fathers who have no clue what sacrifice means. Linda Williams, bless your heart. We've been praying for you mightily. Are you still in Columbus? Listen to what I'm saying. This kind of goes with 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. And that's what we got to do, Stephanie. While we've been praying for bills to be paid and people to get off our nerve and all of this other kind of stuff, okay? You understand what I'm saying, Mary? We need to pray for these parents because we are burying their children. Let me tell you, and I might as well just go ahead and get this all out here. I gave little Shannon, he wanted a Bible. I got him a teenage NIV. Let me tell you why you better know that you are a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, a nation of those who have been called out of darkness into his marvelous light. I gave little Shannon, he's 12 years old, this teenage Bible. My daughter says he reads it every day. He told his grandmother, which is my daughter, that he is going to the hospital when somebody takes him there. He's taking the Bible that I gave him. And you remember the young man I told you that got shot up in the crossfire? He's doing better. He says, I'm going up there so I can read this Bible to him. Years old, so concerned about family. Carletta, bless your heart for being so concerned about family. The Bible I gave him is a teenage Bible. He loves it so much, he's going up when they go back to the hospital to see him. It's going to be a little while before he will be released. And he's going to sit down with him and he's going to read the Bible to him, because my great grandson understands that the only reason he's here is by the grace of God. I need that to sink in. This is a total sidebar. There was nothing like what I was going to talk about. I'll deal with what I was going to talk about tomorrow. And again, it's not that I'm so good. It's not that I'm so holy. It's not that I'm so righteous, but I'm god dog committed. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? I am so committed. Different things that I'm doing with the, little things I'm going to start doing. You understand what I'm saying, Willie? Different things that need to be done so that these kids have an alternative to death. So all I'm saying is, and I need us to understand, especially for those, because when I took that little boy home, I was beyond whooped, because I had been up since 3:30 a.m. and drove in a blizzard to get to I couldn't even drive on the expressway. Had to go through town in a blizzard to make sure I was it. Because you want to know why? You want to know what that little boy said when he got to because they came in a different way and I didn't even see him. He said, "Where's my grandpa?" They said, "Well, he's here." He says, "I don't see him." And my daughter called me. She said, "Dad, where you at?" I said, "I'm sitting down here in front of the elevator." He's like, "Well, we're up here on the 4th floor and he's looking for you." I'm not the only one. You are a part of this as well. One of the most powerful ministries you can have is to minister to young people who ain't got a chance unless you take some time out with them. When we went bowling the day after Thanksgiving, and I posted those pictures, you don't understand. I know where my family is. And the fact that I ain't buried none, should have, but I ain't buried none. The fact that I pray for my family, the same God that my daddy prayed to for me and my brother is the same God that I pray on behalf of my family. Listen, I got to go. I have taken up way too much of your time. I've gotten way off course. I'm out here in another field. And my granddaughter was sending me pictures of Legend bouncing around and doing all kind of stuff. She didn't have to work today, so she kept him home with his little sister. You should be so much a part of your grandchildren and great-grandchildren's lives. And if you don't have any, there ought to be a child somewhere that looks up to you. And let them know that no matter what happens in their life, you'll be there for them. You might not like it. You might not care for it. But if we don't do it, the devil will. And can I give me 2 more minutes? His grandmother that does not go to church, which is, his dad's mother, shared some stuff with me. Do you know what Legend says to her when he goes over to her house? "Grandma, let's sing about Jesus." And what this is doing for her It's getting her to understand that Jesus is more than the mess that she's seen in the church, because it's impacting her only grandchild, who is not ashamed to talk about Jesus. Now, he's a booger bear because he's being raised in an environment of booger bear. But there's a seed being planted, and you should be planting those same seeds as well, whether it's in your family or whether it's in your church family. I gotta go. Love y'all. Love y'all. Didn't mean to get into all of that. Didn't mean to sidebar all of that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Legend is going to be the one that's going to lead the family to Christ. And I know the devil is listening. That's why I pray so hard for him, because I know the enemy wants to destroy him. But God didn't give that little boy to this family for no reason. He even keeps me under control. Grandpa, I hear my name so much, but I don't never get tired of hearing it, because I want to hear his call. I want to hear him call my name as long as God gives me life. Y'all take care. I love y'all. Man. 6:30 tonight. 6:30 tonight. Midweek worship. Don't forget. And I'll see you at 6:30. I promise I will do better tonight and stay on track than what I did today. Love y'all with the love of Jesus, who is the Christ. May God bless you. May he keep you, is our prayer.